Westphalia. Hola, hola, que pasola. We're back in Missouri again. It's been a little while. Make sure I get this thing all lined up properly. We just left Jefferson City, and boy did I do a bonehead move. I'll tell you here shortly. And we're on our way to Rolla, Rock and Rolla, Missouri. I had an appointment for today. I talked with Luann, the dispatch, a return dispatcher, or inbound dispatcher, I guess. And she goes, "Are you going to be able to get loaded tomorrow?" Which is today. And I go, "Should be able to." She goes, "You realize that so many miles after the fact, I'm making 5 deliveries." I go, "Yeah, I kind of took that in contemplation, and I'm thinking I'll be done by 2, 3 o'clock. The time right now, or I think the time is 2 o'clock. Or no, that's what I told her. The time is actually 1 o'clock right now. Well, 12:57 Central Time. So she goes, "Oh, okay." And then she sends me my pickup at noon. Well, it's 1 o'clock now. So I called her up. I go, "Yeah, you got me under the gun. I think I could have made 1:30. 12 just was not feasible. 1:30, 2 o'clock, kind of like what I told her yesterday. Anyway, she goes, "Let me send the email out and I'll let you know." They canceled the order. So she gets me another one, which is fine, going to Denver. It picks up tomorrow at 10:30 in the morning. And I was like, I called her up just to make sure everything was as it should be, or as it says. If I could pick up early. She goes, "I don't know, $50 for a truck bed trailer." That was a good deal right there. Anyway, I go, "Well, I'll call them I'll go check it out and see if I can get in early." She goes, "Okay." Well, I called, went through all the prompts from the automated system, and didn't sound good. They even said, "If you miss your appointment time, we'll try to get you in, but you'll be on standby." So I just hung up. I'm like, I don't think that I'm going to be able to do anything with it. I'll just have to wait till tomorrow. So then I looked at where it's at, and there's a vague hint of a memory of this place. When I looked at it, and I'm like, "Oh, wait a minute, have I been here before?" Sometimes Google Maps will tell you last visited 2 years ago. And it didn't say anything like that. But I do remember there was a truck stop down the road, and I do remember that it was the next day that was my pickup time, and I do remember I went up and asked these people, "Hey, They're just checking to see if I could go early. They're like, actually, yeah, we're glad that you could go early, or you're here early because we had blah, blah, blah. I don't remember the particulars, but I got loaded and was able to boogie on down the highway. Now, that was then. This is now, of course. I won't know until I actually get there and see it. When you look into the eyeballs and see what we're looking at. But from Google Maps in satellite mode, it looks like I'd been there before. Like the truck stopped down the road, right up on the hill, but once I get there, I'll know for sure. My memory's going, but I do know once I've been to a place, if I'm back there, even though no matter how many years, unless it's changed, of course. Anyway, we'll find out on that. We've got a delivery at Wind Supply there in, what is that, Mustang? That is quite the little horsepower Mustang. When we get down there, we'll find out. Hopefully we can load early, otherwise we gotta sit around, wait till tomorrow, but if that's the case, I can do some editing, post a video out. I might even throw this video up just because an updated one of what's going on. Anyway, we're 63, Highway 63 southbound and down to Rolla, Missouri. So see that truck bed trailer right in front of us? That's what they had over down the road there, $50 for a trailer like that. Anyway, the bonehead move I did today in Jefferson City, Missouri was I pulled into Wind Supply there. We'd been there before. I didn't bother to look at what I was supposed to pick up, or drop off, I should say. I just assumed. You know, when you assume, it makes an ass out of you and me. And mostly just me. There's a whole bunch of Volkswagens riding away there and all them bushes there to the right. Right there, see? B and C. And he's got Volkswagen buses. Wow, he's probably got 10 acres of Volkswagens there. Yeah, I don't know that because of the trees, but well, the reason I started filming today is because it's beautiful back here, rolling hills. So I said, fire up the camera. But I pull into Wind Supply there, Jefferson City, and my computer, the Obama log, will usually ask me, and I don't like the way it works either, because like I park, I should be able to go on duty, and then the thing should come up, boom, are you here at this next stop? And you go, yeah. It wants some information from you, and it's part of the automated system Quality uses through PeopleNet. Anyway, it didn't ask me. And usually, like it says, it interrupts you. Like I'll go on duty, and I click on it, and now it opens up the window that I need to be in. I go to press on duty, unloading, and then boom, the other thing pops up asking me if I'm there. It's like, let me log on first, or go on duty, then ask me this. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But it didn't show up. So I go, oh, I'm gonna log on to it. I'm going to do it manually. So I went in and clicked it, said, yeah, I'm here, blah, blah, blah. And I noticed it said, sorry for the high-pitched voice crack, it said 3.3 miles away. And I'm like, well, wait a minute, I'm right here. I've been here before. New building and all, remember the place. And so I double check. It was wind air, not wind supply. Wind supply is plumbing. Wind air conditioning. It's all part of the same family. Wind air, wind water, wind electric, wind supply, blah, 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 blah. But I was like, wow. So I punch in the address, 3.3 miles away. Like, okay, we got to head over there. So I go to head over there, and I wasn't really paying attention, and I came up to the highway to turn right. There was a car that was coming down the frontage road, stopped early to give me room to get around. And I go to make the turn, and I was like, I should have been paying attention. I was more worried about where I was going. My trailer came around and was about to hit the corner guardrail, which is a guardrail that has on the corner that actually bends around the corner. And I thought, I'm really light. If I hit it, it's just going to push my trailer to the side. I'll clear around it. And I'm like, no, don't touch anything. You're a trucker, you're a professional. Don't touch anything. So I back up. That guy's still sitting on the frontage road waiting for me. And then I gave myself more clearance. And then he was still waiting for me, and I went back up to the intersection, whipped right around, got through that with no damage, no contact or anything. The way it should be. So I get over to this other place, Wind Air, and on my way to there, I see a building that has Wind Air on it. That's not where I'm headed. And I'm like, oh wow, is that another one? No, it won't be another one. It'll only be one in a small town like that. So needless to say, I get over to the address. I was going to the actual address. You guys know I don't use GPS. Do it the old way. It's the way I've always done it. Like I said before, I don't need a computer telling me where to go. Otherwise, I'll end up on some towing company's channel where he's all like, well, my UPS told me to go here. As the truck's dangling over a bridge. Anyway, it's like, I don't care if your GPS told you to go there or not. Didn't you open your eyes out the front of your windshield? Didn't you see where you're going? Anyway, that's a whole other video. But, so I call these people. I just look up Wind Air, get their phone number, called it, they answered. And I go, I think I'm in the wrong area. I'm looking for you guys, but I saw another building, blah, blah, blah. And I go, I'm right next to a place, Amerigas, and I'm over here off Industrial Drive. She goes, yeah, that's where we're at. We're right down there. And I'm like, okay. So I was in the right spot the second time, but really tough to get in and out. Like, if it wasn't so complicated, if I ever do it again, I'll film it. I'll throw the drone up, let it hover in the air, and just let it watch me do all the. You got to blindside back up, and then you got to pull forward again, and then you got to back around a U circle to then be able to turn hard left and go up the hill, and then turn right and leave the property. But it's a slanted hill. It's quite the little adventure. But anyway, so we got that unloaded. Now we're on our way to Rolla, Rock and Rolla, Missouri. Rolla is 34 miles away. I should have told Luann I'd have been there about 1,400 instead of 1,500. Maybe we would have got that other load. I told her, she goes, oh, I'm sorry for putting you under the gun like that. I wasn't really thinking. I go, no big deal. I love being under the gun. I like a challenge. Like, if it can be done, then I'll do it. If it can't be done, then nobody could do it. Those people were short-handed there too. I think it was a father and son, owner-daughter type thing. 'Cause she's the one that answered the phone. But she goes, I don't know how to run the forklift. I'm like, that's all right. So then I had to reposition, get a little bit better. And I told him, I was like, well, I was going to tell him, like, so you guys are short-handed and stuff. Yeah. I can unload the trailer with a lift, provided you let me use your lift. But I didn't have to say that because he hopped right on it and bam, 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 bam. Pulled out 6 pallets and we got out of there. I was able to get our half-hour break done, which I love that new system. Before, you had to be off duty or sleeper berth to get a half-hour break. Now you could be on duty working and you could get a half-hour break. They just don't want you driving. That's the whole point. You can't be driving behind the wheel because you have to do a half-hour break within an 8-hour period. Just one. That has to be done. So I'm okay with that rule, I guess, but I didn't like it before because one time I messed up and I was getting unloaded, or I think I was getting loaded. Yeah, I was getting loaded. And I was on duty for 45 minutes, but I was actually in the sleeper berth. I was on duty initially, then I went into the sleeper berth, but I forgot to change my status on the Obama clock. So I never got my half-hour break. This is before the new rule change. And so I had just enough time to get, there's an old Peterbilt, no, Freightliner, just enough time to get to a truck stop for the night. And if I didn't get that one, there was another one like an hour before, but then you end up losing an hour of driving. And since I had enough time to make it, had I got my half-hour break done, because I didn't get my half-hour break done, I was going to have to shut down before I got there, do my half-hour break, then continue on. I would not have been able to make it because I would have ran out of my 14. I was just like, I was pretty upset about that. I go, this is ridiculous. So I called Derek, the safety manager, and I'm like, look, you got a problem. I actually took a break. I was in the sleeper berth. I was on duty for about 10 minutes, and then I went into sleeper berth while they loaded me. I was back there making a sandwich, watching TV, wasn't doing anything work-related whatsoever. Can you change that? And he goes, was any of that automatic? I go, no, there's another truck bed trailer for $50. You should go buy them all up, take them someplace where they need trailers to sell them all. Anyway, for that price. So I go, no, nothing was automatic. Everything I did was manual. Automatic stuff you cannot change. So he was able to change it for me, and then boom, I got my hours back, or got them reset, and then I was able to drive use up my full amount of hours, get to the truck stop, and it was all good to go. But like now, with the way the rules changed, I wouldn't have had to call Derek, because either way, I would have got a reset done. And I still would have been able to make my destination. It would have took hours away from my 70. But I would have made it anyway. I love these rolling hills back here. So I went through Vale Pass the other night. It was just starting to snow. And then some of the people I know on Facebook in Grand County posted all the snow pictures from that night. I think it was last Friday, which would be the 29th of April. Or maybe it was the 30th, May 1st of April. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, they got probably a good 8 inches overnight. Which is nice because it's kind of droughtful up there. And the biggest storm we ever got overnight, the 20 years I lived up there, was I think 5 foot. Completely buried the car. Vienna. Who wants to go to Vienna? Leona Williams Highway. I need to go around. It'd be nice to be able to hit a lot of these antique stores. And I go through all these different towns. Not really easy to do in a semi because you have no place to park it. Vienna, Missouri. It's a big bank. The Marys. $5.29 a gallon. In California, $6.79 for diesel. I remember I was at an auction one time up there in Grand County, and there was a windmill, a metal one, 8 foot tall. I was kind of interested in it. I don't know why. But I only went so far. And then I was like, wow, too rich for my blood. And what I meant by that, it wasn't worth much more than what I was willing to pay. And then it was going crazy. And I blurted out to people standing next to me. I was like, this is ridiculous. You could probably buy that thing. I mean, it was up like $300. I think I was going like 75 was the most I was going to pay. And it was like over $300. And I go, this is ridiculous. You could probably buy that thing brand new for a couple hundred. They're like, shh. And I nailed it on the head. That's what we paid for it. New. And it was getting more than what she paid new for it. And I was like, wow, you just never know. Your Jaguar, first sale, $1,850. I bet it don't run. I want to find the old pickup. This is where you can probably get it for a decent price. Try to buy an old pickup anywhere else, man. $5,000 for a beater. It needs a lot of work. KW. So I got a new tripod. I like it, and then I don't like it. It's better than the other one. The legs are stronger. My granddaughter, I was playing with a friend, and they were like trying to do like a TikTok video. And I go, what you need to do is you need a tripod, and that way you don't have to hold the phone. You can just, she goes, what's a tripod? And I went and got it out of the truck, showed it to her, and she's like, oh, this is so cool. Thank you, Papa. I'm like, yeah. And then I took off and left it. And I went to go do some filming, and I'm like, oh, man. I gave Mila my tripod. So I guess I really did give it to her. I had to go to Wally World and buy another one. They're only $20 at Walmart, so no big deal there. But this one's a lot better than the old one. Except for the top, it needs a little bit of adjustment. I think I might be able to jury rig something, because see how it rocks like that? I don't need it to do that, so I think I drill a small hole and put a screw through it, hold the two plates together. Anyway, so I've gotten to know this new truck a lot better. And Volvo has a thing, I'm sure they probably brag about it. Oh, this truck gets great fuel mileage. And it probably does. But the way they get it will drive a driver insane. I've been saying to people, yeah, like 60 miles an hour to 70 miles an hour in 15 minutes. way blown out over exaggeration, but there's some truth to that. Saying, you know, they had what they had, P as in Paul and E as in Edward. So P stands for power and E for economy. This new truck has double E plus. It doesn't have no power. Absolutely no power. It's like the throttle doesn't even work. And that's why I say from 60 miles an hour to 70 in 15 minutes. Because it literally slowly, ever so gently adds a tiny little bit of fuel to get it up a little bit faster. I mean, absolute, it's pathetic. It's so bad. I had a nice clean windshield because it's been raining all day. I need to ship this water to California. No, I need to ship it to Lake Powell. Nobody right behind me, so we'll just stay up in our lane since it's ending anyway. I was talking to Luann yesterday, and I go, I've never been in the caverns or the tunnels. She goes, you never have? I go, no. I came close one time. And the guy goes, yeah, park your trailer out here and drop it. And we'll take it in, get it loaded, bring it back out. I'm like, okay. And then I tell the guy after the fact, I'm like, oh, I've never been inside. It would have been cool to go inside. He goes, oh, well, you could have gone inside. Why didn't you tell us? I go, because I didn't know. It would have been great to film it, but maybe one of these days we'll be able to get that filmed up. There aren't trucks on this highway. See, she's just lugging. See you in a bit. Yeah, these cars just keep coming. Pose. P-O-E-S. Pose. I suppose. Pose gas. Narrow road ahead. And bother to look and see. Oh, there it is over there. I'll find out where they unload at. Probably going to be back there. But I got someone behind me, so I'll wait and see. Put my flashers on, but they're clueless to the fact. See you in a minute. Okay. So we know where we need to go. It's backing up. But I might have to do this again because I don't want to end off to the... Yeah, we're going to do this again. I can't get enough turning. I don't want to go off to the right here and end up in that mud because you could sink. And everybody's like, what are you doing over there? Oh no. Since we have to do such a hard cut, we've got to have the room to cut. Okay. This will be a fun one. This stupid thing. You can't go very far at all without it kicking yourself into driving. On unloading. I'm not driving anywhere. Okay. Did too much. Too much. It's like my first time doing this. Actually, it is first time here, but not my first time backing up. That's not my first rodeo. I think I want to straighten up. I want to get a better approach at it. When we get back by the door, we're going to jackknife, and when we jackknife, we're going to be putting it right in the spot it needs to go. By the time we're done jackknifing, we should be in the hole. Just get enough room from clearance. Clearance from clearance. We got it now. Yeah, this is not the way to do it. Let's get another better approach. Try it again. Okay. The problem is this pipe that they got over here. I think we're going to just be able to get her done. One more pull up. Because we got to get it just perfect. We don't have to, I just like to do that. If you're going to do something, do it right. The eagle has landed. Okay. Yeah, we had that right at the dock, like near perfect. The guy even says, "Wow, you nailed that right on." Well, we try to get it once in a while. Okay, so let's go find out if we can get loaded today. I'll close these doors and we'll roll on over there and see what happens. See you in a minute. I'm gonna take the back road to our pickup instead of going back down and around and then back up again. So where we were just at, there's 3 plumbing supply outfits like right next to each other. So when I came across the first one, I caught it in the corner of my eye because I knew wind was down the road a bit. I got that in my eye and I was like, that's a plumbing outfit supply place right there. But I didn't bother looking at it because I wasn't thinking, so I didn't know what it was. But coming back out, it's just, yeah, there's 3 different plumbing supplies all within that little block or 2. So the time is 2:17, 14:17. We've got just under 6 hours, 5:55 left to drive, 6.5 left of ability to do that in. So hopefully they can load us. I'd like to get back to Denver tomorrow night, Friday night versus Saturday morning. Saturday noonish. A couple of these little hills and then we'll make a left-hand turn. Some pretty nice little hills. I do remember this place being up on a hill, somewhat. But like I said, I don't remember. I don't know for sure if this is what we're thinking about. Wow, crappy light. That Lowe's already does look packed. this is it. Oh, you know what? I don't know. Maybe not. No, I don't think so. Yeah, this is definitely not it. It's not the one that I was at before, so let me get in early. But we'll go in and look, see what they say. Okay, well, we tried. They were really mean. They're like, nope. It says 10 o'clock or 10:30 appointment. You be here at 10:30. Be here at 10:39, not 10:29, not 10:28. I'm like, wow. No, they didn't say that. He goes, yeah, we'll load you. I'm like, really? He goes, yeah. I'm like, oh, dude, that's so cool. I told him, I thought this was another place I came to before. They had a gravel driveway like this, kind of in the same position, and I remember there, but I don't really remember if this was the place or not until I drove up and saw that it wasn't. But I go, come in and check anyway. Always ask. Always ask. What can they do? Say no? Yep, that's all they can do. And so he goes, yeah, we'll get you taken care of. I'm like, man, dude, thank you so much. He goes, you had some gravel driveways. You got to love those, huh? I go, absolutely. Absolutely. I was just kind of bumming. I was like, I wanted to go get a few errands at Wally World. Pick up a few things, I should say. But I also want to go get that truck stop and get there and park. It looked like it's already full. So that I don't have a problem with it later on. And we don't have to worry about spending the night there at all because we'll be somewhere else. Don't know yet, but it will be somewhere else. I mean, he literally told me, I've got the BOL, I've got the seal, and he goes, door 6, you get a green light, pull out, close your doors, and head on down the highway. I'm like, oh, wow, you guys rock. Thank you so much. This worked out perfect. He goes, wow, you're like way early. And I go, yeah, I had another load, but it was like impossible for me to get. But my guesstimate of 3 o'clock would have been dead on. Yes. Anyway, we'll see you later. Okay, we are rolling. We have 5.5 hours left of everything. So we'll be back in Denver tomorrow night, Friday night. We're good and heavy. They got this trailer though, loaded nose heavy. I've got my axles slid all the way to the front, and I'm probably a little over 34. I'll burn that fuel off. I don't know that for sure because I didn't put it on a scale. I'm going off of the airbag reader on the dash. I could slide the axles all the way up. I got maybe another hole to go, or 2, which I might do, because then with the burning off of fuel, that would get me right under. Anyway, we'll call this video good for now. So thanks again for riding shotgun with Mountain Man Mike. Till the next time, enjoy. Peace. lot nicer to just be able to get unloaded, get loaded, and start rolling again. You can't beat that. So sitting around for 20 hours waiting for 10:30 tomorrow to show up. Northbound 63.